Hello everyone, it's Campbell coming at ya. And before we get to today's video, it's proudly presented by Pierre Adern. Pierre Adern offers modern, fashionable timepieces with a focus on disrupting the outdated and overpriced watch industry. With founders Pierre, Romeo, and Luca Adern originating from Italy and Switzerland respectively, their focus is on exquisite Italian style mixed with quality Swiss craftsmanship. They have a number of timepiece looks available for you to check out. I'm currently rocking the Exclusivo. So fancy. But there are a number of other options available. You can go to pierreadern.com, that's Pierrearden.com, to view the selection. And when you're ready to check out, you can use code DCampbell25, that's DCAMPBELL25, to get 25% off your order. Now, on to today's video, and you're probably going to get another intro because I'm bad at my job. Thank you, Pierre Adern, for your support. Hey there everyone, it's Dale Campbell coming at ya with another video, and today we're taking a dearly beloved segment from a podcast I do called The Generic Live Show. It's called Review of a Review, and it's where I review movie reviews live on the air. Sound confusing? It is super meta, but it is super fun. Here's a sneak taste. No one's making love in the Emoji Movie cinema. So today, I thought what better place to start than the creme de la creme. The best of the best. I don't know what this hand movement is. The top 10 highest reviewed movies of all time on IMDB. I've never done this list before. I've always done individual movies, but I thought it'd be fun to sort of drag it out a little bit more. 5 positive and 5 negative reviews, by interchanging them, with starting with the positive and then the negative and then positive, negative, of the top 10 best rated movies on IMDb as of this recording date. Right here. And without further ado, let's get started with the highest rated movie of all time on IMDb, The Shawshank Redemption. The title of the review is It's an Excellent Piece of Art. 10 out of 10. So what we do is we read the review and then we'll review the review. I watched this movie for minimum 5-6 times, first to last, lowercase s, so every time I enjoyed as I watching it first time. It's a piece of art, period, and we all know how to entertain with no action or fighting scenes. It's a pure drama that anyone can enjoy with family in silence. I mean, that's true. We all need a movie that we can enjoy in silence. So I rate this movie 10 out of 10 because of amazing screenplay, acting, casting, background, scoring, editing, etc. This is my first movie review, so pardon me if I did any mistake. I mean, it's a solid review. Like, they've watched the movie several times to gain respect for it. There are a few grammatical errors, but other than that, it's an okay movie review. It tells the story of why you gave it a rating of 10 out of 10, and also we need more movies that anyone can enjoy with family in silence. I agree, because that's when you know a movie is good. Just like a hot, delicious dinner, you know it's good when no one's talking. That's the same with movies as well. You know it's good when no one is actually talking. So I rate this review, in spite of all the grammatical errors, for a first review, they got the point across pretty standardly. I'm going to give this review 6 out of 10. The next highest rated movie on IMDb of all time is The Godfather. And again, we're not reviewing the movies, we're reviewing the reviews of the movies. This movie's title is the letter H, 8, to symbolize hate. This movie. 1 out of 10. This is the worst movie ever. It is so overrated. 2 words instead of 1. One of the worst movies ever made. 3 Oscars? Question mark, lowercase a. Are you kidding me? More like 0 Oscars? I mean, technically, in your opinion, you'd think it doesn't need any Oscars, but lowercase w. Why do people like this movie so much? No question mark. I guess all the critics and 91% of people are dumb. Oh well, as I was saying, avoid this movie at all costs. Al Pacino, or betterly known as Al Pacifico, and Robert Duvall are the worst actors ever. New paragraph, and it is so boring. I fell asleep halfway through it, then I woke up and it was still going. And then I fell asleep again, and then I woke up again, and it was still going again. Okay, I had the again part in. I knew I already said this. BT, The Godfather is the worst movie ever, and it was so bad. It's so bad that I'm just kidding. It's a classic, but still overrated. But that's not saying much. 10 out of 10? Yes, this person is my life. This is my life. Oh my gosh, I could not. What a plot twist at the end. I mean, you had an exciting twist at the end. You led me down a garden path that you hated the movie, but you think it's a classic, but you also hate the movie, so what? 5 out of 10. I'm so confused. Oh, what if I got special guest Siri to read the next one? That would be amazing, you know? The Generic Live Show, we'd love Siri. We need to get the boss in here. What's 1.2 kilograms in pounds?
What would you like to convert into pounds?
1.2 kilograms.
What would you like to convert into pounds?
1.2 kilos.
What would you like to convert into pounds?
1.2 kilos.
What would you like to convert into pounds?
1.2 kilos.
Here's what I found on the web for Patrikios.
So, why not incorporate Siri into the videos? So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome very special guest, Siri!
Hi, it's so good to be a guest on the Generic Live Show finally.
I mean, this isn't the Generic Live Show, but it is the YouTube channel, and this is a bit from the Generic Live Show, so it kind of counts. Why don't you tell us what the next movie is?
The Godfather, Part 2.
The Godfather Part 2? Wow, Siri, look at you go. Why don't you tell us the name, why don't you tell us the title of it?
In my home, where my wife sleeps and where my children play with their toys rated 10/10.
10/10? Wow. You're being such a great guest, Siri, so I might as well let you continue reading.
Michael is now established as the godfather of the Corleone crime family. With great power comes great adversaries, and Michael soon learns that his life is in danger. A bold attempt hurls him into a personal vendetta, and what lies ahead reveals some home truths. Enter the backstory of his father Vito Corleone as he rose to prominence from an orphaned boy hightailed from Sicily and thrown into a quarantine status at the New York harbor. Vito, played chillingly by De Niro, is a quiet family man with family values, but a small taste of luxury soon gives him a desire to want more for his poverty-stricken existence. Now we hop back and forth from father to son in a comparable parody, and the storyline unfolds with devastating effect in both eras. This sequel is more than that, it is a standalone crime family story and one of the best ever made. Thank you, Dal, you are the best.
Whoa! I think Siri added the thank you, Dale, you are the best in at the end. I don't think this reviewer did. We'll let Siri tell us what he thought of that review.
I think it was a very detailed review and it was just so good being on the Generic Live Show finally. 9 out of 10.
Again, this is not the Generic Live Show, but Siri gave that review a 9 out of 10. Alright, number 4 on the list is The Dark Knight, and I just want to say that this is a negative review. The first time that I did research for this to pull the reviews themselves, all of these had bat puns in the title, which I greatly appreciate, but they were also 9 pages long, so I couldn't include them in this very short video. But this one is called Batman Needs an Inhaler, and it's 1 out of 10, and it goes as follows. Michael is now an established... What? It's literally... Hang on. You know, just this is proof in the pudding that I'll read literally anything that's put in front of me. I hated this movie. The editing was awful. There were many times I didn't know what was going on. Like, they cut out a part of the movie I was left guessing. It was way too long to use the wrong two, but I'll let that slide for now. Batman couldn't breathe through most of the movie, or that was an attempt at acting and seeming dark. Ooh. Quotation marks. I felt like he should pull out an inhaler. What a joke this flick was. Are they that stupid that this many people loved the movie? Oh, let me not forget the 100 flips of the two-headed coin. Boy, that got old quick. The only thing saved this movie for me was the Joker. Cut out everything else and run clips of all the Joker scenes and I would happily have paid almost $20 to go see it. Oh, and anything Morgan Freeman does is right by me. Otherwise, give me my... Nope, hang on. Give me my money back. And also, Michael was an established... this review is solid. It lays it all out. I mean, it doesn't talk about half of the features of the movie, which I suppose is the problem. But other than that, it sort of just gets the point across that he didn't like the movie. 6 out of 10. Alright, next up is 12 Angry Men is at number 5 on this list. And the title of the review is The Word Perfect Could Be Replaced by 12 Angry Men. 10 out of 10. I watched this movie 60 years after release, and no wonder. This is and would be the best movie I experienced in my life. In today's era, you might think, who would watch black and white in today, colored world, but I assure you the colored film of this era are far behind this gem. There we go. This review is short, so I don't mind, but the fact that it has a lot of grammar issues in it that I can't let go. Like today's comma instead of an apostrophe kind of bothers me a little bit. The fact that there's no spaces after the periods, the fact that there are only 2 periods also bothers me. I mean, I can't rate it below a 5, but it's getting a 5. It's close to a 5.
Hey Dale, can I read another review?
Yes! I mean, Siri's back, and he wants to read another review. I think we should. Because he was such an amazing guest last time. He should do it again. Siri, what is number 6 on IMDB's highest rated movie list?
Why, it is the classic Schindler's List.
Well, take it away.
The review title is Terrible Flick. Out of 100, 1 out of 10, and it goes like this. Yep, 100. It's just so terrible that's probably more than it deserves. The reason it's in black and white is because it's so bad. If it were in color, then people could actually see the fake blood is, in fact, ketchup. I believe this movie is overrated, and I even think Escape from Ella and the new Rollerball are better than it. They are both at least 50 times better. I find Schindler's List a very not so accurate movie, but I guess I do have to give it credit for what it stands for. But that is only putting it nicely. Worst movie ever? No. Johnny Got His Gun is still number 1 for worst. I reviewed it. Read it. It's very funny, but Schindler's List is number 2 for terrible films, so don't see it, you'll never get those 3 hours back. Yep, it's just that bad. And Michael wasn't established part of the Godfather universe.
Okay, you know, we don't have to keep talking about Michael. And what did you think of that review?
I think they got very, very, very mad. I don't like it when people get mad, but the review was good, I guess. 8 out of 10.
Oh, Siri giving that one an 8 out of 10. Number 7 on the list, The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Probably one of my favorite movies. It's definitely in my top 15 movies of all time, which is a very interesting list that ever changes. It's got some interesting movies on it, but anyway, that's besides the point. This review is called A Timeless Classic. It sounds like we're about to go down, like, we're about to go in black and white, and we sound like this. It's going to be a timeless classic. They gave it 10 out of 10. This movie, and the trilogy in general, is a cinematic and literary, that's just me, that's on me, masterpiece, and simply refuses to get old. I love this movie so much it became a tradition to watch Lord of the Rings series at least once a year. It's as good as Christmas? What? They gave this is as good as Christmas to them? What? The review is simple, a little bit too simple, and also giving hyperbole like it's as good as Christmas. I don't think anything's as good as Christmas, to be honest. But hey, what do I know? I would give, and there's no mistakes. It's all grammatically correct. Woo! That is probably a light 7 out of 10. So, good on them. No grammar mistakes though, so that's important. Number 8 on the list is Pulp Fiction. We're back to the negative side of things. And, I mean, this review is a bit rough. Its title is A Bandwagon Hype Faux Happening. Okay, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. How's it open? It's 1 out of 10, so it's gotta be good, right? Sorry, you QT worshippers. This is the worst, first of all... What? This film was... I mean, it would help if I could read. This film was, first of all, no Reservoir Dogs, and second of all, does not have the edge or guts of Fight Club or American History X, for example. This is a tour de force. I can't even write that good. I'm so full of myself. Sorry, tour de force, and I'm so full of myself. Paint loaded of a movie. Calculated hit for the I'm so full of myself. Yippee money punk crowd. Huh? Who think they are so hip and cool because they connect with the street. What? Analogy. Pulp Fiction is to Reservoir Dogs that is Ocean's 11 to The Getaway. I mean... This film is a Tarantino ego trip that merits no higher in my humble and strong opinion. No higher than a 5! But you gave it a 1! What? Also, that analogy doesn't really work, for the record. Reservoir Dogs, Ocean's 11, and The Getaway. I'm assuming they're talking about the 2015 direct-to-DVD Selena Gomez movie, right? Did that have Selena Gomez in it? But what? I also have to give it at least a 6 for the tour de force. It's me. I am tour de force. I mean, this whole segment's tour de force, if I'm being completely honest. Alright, number 9 on this list is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which describes this episode really well. The title of it is Lives Up to the Hype, in all caps. So already, you're not doing much justice here. 9 out of 10. So not a 10 out of 10, but it's still on the positive aspect. It's only one sentence. I mean, I would assume it doesn't have a period at the end, so I would assume it's one sentence. Some movies can't live up to the way they're portrayed, and some people's expectations are too high, but this one isn't one of those movies. I mean, a good review, in my experience, kind of sheds a light on previous, like acting and stuff like that, and at least a sentence about that. But this doesn't have any of that, so I can't really review it on that merit. This, unfortunately, This is below average. This is a 4 out of 10 for a review. It's not a bad review, but I don't think it passes as an average review. This is slightly below middle of the road. If it had a sentence about like the acting and stuff like that, I think I would give it more of a pass than this.
Oh, Dale, can I read number 10?
I mean, Siri, if you want to. I mean, you've been such a lovely guest all throughout this episode. I mean, it's a shame that you're only audio, but, you know, one day we'll get you here in person. But yes, you can read the last one. It'd be my great pleasure, because I've been promising for years to have you on a video or on an episode of the Generic Live show that you think this is. But, you know, I've been promising for years. So Siri, go ahead. What is our last movie?
Oh, I'm so happy you said that. It is The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Alrighty then, take it away.
The review is called Lord of the Hype and it is 1 out of 10 and it goes like this. Do people seriously believe that this poorly acted film is better than classics such as Goodfellas and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Never before have I sat through such a predictably boring film than this hyped up tale of dodgy wizards with equally dodgy dialogue, Teletubby sets and scary dark riders that seem blind as well as stupid. Most of LOTR seems like bad outtakes from the vastly superior Monty Python The Holy Grail, except that film had great jokes. The Oscars finally got something right and decided to ignore this odd effort.
Whoa. Harsh words. I like this review. I think this review kind of says it all. And, you know, it just... You don't have to... Yeah. It gets the point across that this person doesn't like it. They have a pun in their title. So that's good. I mean... It's a solid... I think it's a solid 7. Siri, what do you think?
I would personally give it an 8 myself, but you are the best host ever.
Aww, that's so sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, Siri joining us live on the show. Siri, do you have anything else to plug?
No plugs, but you should plug your phone in because it is running low on battery. Please like and subscribe. Goodbye.
Aww, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't have said it better. Siri, ladies and gentlemen, making his very long-awaited debut on one of my pieces of content. Siri, thank you so much for being on this episode of Reviewer Review. Let me know what you thought. I would like to branch out and not just review reviews of movies, but maybe review and reviews of certain other stuff and then go experience it of my own. You can make that possible by going over to patreon.com/Dale Campbell. That's patreon.com/DALECAMPBELL. But other than that, if you would like to like and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Ding on that notification bell so you can get notified of every video going up live. We've had some very interesting videos over the last couple of months. This has been interesting as well. Siri's been on after several years of promising to have Siri on one of my productions, so it's so good to have Siri finally able to speak out again. A shame that it couldn't be on video, but you know, video's a finicky thing sometimes. Sometimes the connection doesn't really want to work, and we have to just roll with it. Don't know what's coming next, but I have a suspicion it might be the Rocket League drinking challenge that I promised in the taxi driving video. So that might be coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. If you'd like to follow my adventures personally, you can do so on my Instagram at TheDaleCampbell. That's TheDaleCampbell. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another video. I've been Dale Campbell coming at ya, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye.